Hello students, today I will start class 8th physics from science subject. So I will start a new chapter, force and pressure. Yes, first, what is force? A force is a push or pull on an object is called force. Like suppose this is a duster, and if you want to move that duster, then you will need a push. Okay, this is called push. Pushing something, like pushing a wall, pushing this board. Suppose if you are this process, this is called pulling. So push or pull something. Okay, pulling a rope, like. So force is required because it can change an object to move. Force can make an object to move. Like duster, you are moving a car. If you are moving something like a book are putting on the table, and if you are pushing the book, then it will move. So force is required for that purpose. Second requirement is it can change the speed of an object. Suppose suddenly a car is running, and if driver applies a brake, so car will stop. And second example, if car is moving with uniform velocity, and suddenly it increase the velocity, means accelerate the velocity. So in both cases force is required. So it can also change the speed of the object. It will stop the car, so you are decreasing the speed. If you are increasing the speed of the car, so you will also change the speed by increasing or decreasing. So these both are right. Now third requirement, it can change the direction of motion of an object. Suppose a batsman hitting the ball. So by hitting the ball will change the direction. So this is a wonderful example of this. Now last, it can bring about a change in the shape of an object. If you want to change the shape of an object, then you also require a force on that object. Understand? Now examples are moving a book, opening or closing door, opening or closing. You are pushing or pulling. So opening or closing the door. Drawing water from a well. If you are drawing water from well, then force is also required. Hitting a ball. If you are changing the direction of the ball, if you want to hit the ball, if a batsman hit the ball, then there is a requirement of the force. Opening a drawer and pulling a cart. So these are the example. So force is basically push or pull. Push an object to change the speed, to move the object, or pull the object. Okay, this is the example of the force. Now second topic, forces are due to interaction. See, when you are applying a force to an object, this object is also applying the force to the first object, means action reaction. Like this object, like this is a duster, and you are pushing the duster. So this is also applying the same force, same magnitude force in opposite direction to me. So at least two objects must interact for a force to come into play. So this is the first object, and if I am pushing the object, so I am another object. So these two objects are required. Understand? If you are pushing the wall, pushing this board, so board is first object, you are second object. So at least two objects must interact to each other for applying a force. Yes, the interaction of one object with another object results in a force between two objects. Okay, this is first object and this is second object. So when you are applying a force on this object, then this is also applying the force to in opposite direction. So the interaction of one object with another object results in a force between two objects. Like examples are, see in this figure, a man is standing behind the car and he want to pushing a car. When he push the car, car will move. So pushing a car is the example of force due to interaction. Here car is first object, man is second object. So they are applying a force to each other. Now second example, pushing girls. So in this figure, two girls are pushing to each other. So forces are applied to each girls. Understand? Pulling girls. In this figure, girls are pulling to each other. So force are applied to each girl to up in opposite direction. Pulling a cow. In this figure, a man pulling a cow. So cow and man both are two objects and they are applying the force to each other. Next topic is exploring force. In this topic, I will explain about the resultant force or net force applied on the object. Now suppose there is an object. If you want to move that object by a single force, and if you are not able to move the object with single force, then what should you do? You will require another person which are applying the force with you. So then suppose two force are applied to the object and now object will move. Understand? So what is the resultant force? What is the net force on the object? Net force is the F1 plus F2. These two forces are added to each other. Why they are added to each other? Because these two forces are acting in the same direction. These two forces are pushing the object in the same direction. So here resultant force will be added. So resultant force equal to F1 plus F2. Then object will move. Understand? Now second, if forces acting on opposite direction. Now suppose again this is your object, and if one person are applying a force in this direction, right direction, and another person are applying a force in this direction. So F1 and F2, both forces are acting in opposite direction of the same object, on the same object. Suppose this F1 force is 100 Newton. Newton is the unit of the force. Okay, 100 Newton, because a force is a physical quantity and you will measure this force in Newton. Like you are measuring mass, any weight in kg and any distance in meter. Like this you are measuring the force in Newton. So one force is 100 Newton, second force applied on the object is 100 Newton. So both forces are same. So if both forces are same applied on the same object will not move. So resultant force is 0 Newton. So in this case, forces which you are applying on the object are subtract to each other. Understand? In this case, forces are added because both forces are applied in the same direction, in the right direction, same direction. But here both forces are applied in the opposite direction. So resultant force is 100 minus 100, 0 Newton. Understand? Now in second case, if first force is 100 Newton, second force is 10 Newton. Now 100 Newton is greater than 10 Newton means F1 is greater than F2. So what is the resultant force? F1 minus F2. F1 minus F2 means 100 minus 10, 90 Newton. And in this case, resultant is 90 Newton and force will move in the right direction. Force will move in the right direction. So force has both magnitude as well as direction. Magnitude means a value like 90 Newton. This is the resultant force, and direction means moving in right direction in this case. So force required both magnitude means value as well as direction also. And two important facts, two important points. First is the strength of a force is usually expressed by its magnitude, means its value. Like you are applying 100 Newton force, 20 Newton force, 60 Newton force. So main important point is here, the force strength is expressed in the magnitude, and it is also expressed in the direction also, because in physics there are two type of quantity. One is scalar, second is vector. Scalar quantity has only magnitude, there is no information about the direction, but in vector magnitude as well as direction are required. So here force is the vector physical quantity that requires both magnitude as well as direction. So now next topic is, a force can change the state of motion. In our previous topic we have discussed that force can change the state of motion, direction of motion or speed of the motion. So if a change in either the speed of an object or its direction of motion or both, then it is described as a change in its state of motion. Means I will explain with an equation. Suppose change in speed. Okay, so if there is change in speed, then it is called state of motion. Okay, state of motion. Or change in direction of an object, then it is also called state of motion. And if both are present, change in speed of the object or change in direction of the object, both are present in the same time, then it is also called a state of motion. So if the force applied on the object in the direction of motion, then the speed of the object increases, and if the applied force in the direction opposite of the motion, then it decreases the object speed of the object. Understand? And if object will not move after applying the force, like this wall, if you are applying the force, object will not move, then it is called rest of motion. Understand? So that's all for today's class. I hope you will understand all the concepts which we have discussed today. So you will see that topics from the video. Thank you so much.